On the day that self-damage was removed from Warframe, some Tenno celebrated. Yay, the Kuva Brahma now is the most powerful weapon in Warframe! And for a while, the Kuva Brahma was definitely one of the most powerful weapons in Warframe. But it wasn't the original big boy bow. That honor falls to the Lenz. Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be diving deeper into this Mastery Rank 8 primary weapon. As per the usual, I'm going to have a cheap build, something affordable that most Tenno should be able to build. But of course, we also got the quote-unquote endgame setup with a Riven and everything. That said though, please bear in mind that my builds and guides usually take a new player friendly approach. I'm gonna take my time and explain whatever I feel is necessary for newer players. So in case you're a vet and you already know most of this stuff, please bear with me. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the Lenz. Let's begin by checking out how the weapon handles without any mods equipped. And for that, just a couple of free shots. Now the Lenz is called a bow, even though this one is more of a grenade launcher of Death of Doom kind of affair, and you got several sources of damage. First off, this is a projectile based attack. You do have projectile travel time and projectile drop off, so you might want to aim slightly above the heads of your enemies, depending on the distance between you and said enemy. Three sources of damage. First off, the projectile physically making contact with a target, which doesn't deal a whole lot. Second of all, you get a guaranteed frost proc on everybody who is hit by that AoE bubble. Let me show you. As the bubble expands outwards, you get a guaranteed frost proc that is meant to keep targets in for the big bada boom explosion, which is the main event. Now the weapon does have several usability issues. First of all, where's my ammo? My ammo is completely gone. This one, however, is equipped with an arrow mutation. So basically any ammo you collect during a mission will be transformed into bow ammo. Usability issue number 2, it takes forever to bloody charge, as you can see. You cannot go for a halfway shot or a 3/4 shot or anything of the sort. You gotta go for the full shot, and you get 2 cues to make sure you know it's fully charged. First of all, take a look at the glow. It kind of glows a little bit, doesn't it? And second of all, listen for an audio cue. There's a click. Right there's a click. And if you want to cancel the charge, press R on your keyboard. I don't know what you need to press on console. One thing that I do want to clarify when it comes to misconceptions, my friends, just because you get a guaranteed frost proc from the bubble does not mean you can transform that frost proc into a vital proc. I mean, sure, you can mod the weapon with toxin and that cold becomes vital damage, but you will not be getting a guaranteed vital proc. You're still going to be getting a guaranteed frost shock or cold proc on your targets, which again is meant as a little nice crowd control. And with that out of the way, let's have a look at stats and all whatnot to see precisely what we're dealing with. Mod capacity 60 out of 60, and if your Lenz comes with only 30 out of 30, jump into actions, plug in that Auto King Catalyst, doubling your mod capacity. You can pay 20 plat to have one installed, you can grind one from Nightwave, and you can also get a blueprint from the Daily Sortie if you're quote-unquote lucky. Some events in Warframe also feature an Auto King Catalyst as a possible or guaranteed reward. My weapon has been formatted a total of 7 times. It's not important why, but for the weapon build I'm recommending you, you can get away with 4. If you got a Riven, you might have to go to 5 or even 6 if you want to go for the 90s instead of the 60s. Accuracy on this one is going to be 16.7, which is a standard accuracy for any bow in Warframe. But this is not just any bow in Warframe. The idea behind the Lenz is to get damage with that big explosion. So therefore, heavy caliber can work on the weapon. Let me show you the effect of it with multi-shot as well, like so. Really quick. See that? It doesn't really matter all that much when it comes to closer range. That's 20 meters, right? But if you're going for, I don't know, 100 meters or something of the sort, of course it will matter. And again, you do have fall off when it comes to the explosions, and it is a critical weapon, so going for that hit-shot multiplier is not a bad idea. All in all, considering heavy caliber definitely works on the Lenz. Charge rate of 1.2, which is absolutely huge, man, but we can benefit from that X2 fire rate when it comes to bows. If you look at any fire rate mod in Warframe, you will see, Speed Trigger for example, you get double for bows, which is absolutely insane. Critical chance, 50% base. That is the highest of all weapons in Warframe. Mwah! Absolutely beautiful. It's tied with the Dread, and there's one more weapon with 50% base, which I forget which it is. Critical multiplier, decent at 2.0x. Magazine of 1, multi-shot of 1, noise alarming. Reload 0.6. That represents the time it takes the Warframe to pull out another arrow from the theoretical quiver. Even on the Lenz, believe it or not. Riven disposition is going to be 3 out of 5. If I'm not mistaken, it used to be a little bit lower. Lenz used to be very, very popular, but then the Brahma came out. And the Brahma was just absolutely insane until the nerfed it into the ground. And then, hello Lenz, welcome back. And all of that good stuff. So if you guys love Rivens, the Riven disposition is definitely decent. Status chance of only 5%. That's a problem. That is basically the only weakness of the Lenz. Keep in mind, you're not firing a whole lot of arrows, okay? These are big explosions, very slow explosions, right? So having that 5% status chance is a bit of an issue on the Lenz, and it's basically what's keeping it from being extremely, extremely powerful. Not that it's not powerful. Trigger charge, damage 50, impact, what the heck? Well, that's the arrow physically making contact with your target. For the radial attack, you got 2 sources of damage. You got the cold, so 10 damage, and you also got that big blast with 660 damage, totaling 670. And again, if I go for Toxin right now, okay, and you do have that vital damage, it doesn't mean you're gonna be getting a guaranteed vital proc. Let me quickly show you that. Look at the targets, they got guaranteed frost, 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 that's it, frost. Not a single vital on those targets. So bear that one in mind. Having a 5% base status chance is definitely an issue on the weapon, but don't worry about it. It can still pack one glorious punch. There's one more stat which I want to show you, 1.3 embedded delay. There's a bit of confusion regarding this one. It's basically the time it takes for the explosion to trigger after the arrow has landed. And the range is 7.2 meters, which is absolutely huge, but with a fall off of 70%. So targets more to the epicenter of the blast will be taking more damage. You can increase the range, however, therefore making the drop off a little bit less aggressive. The mod for range, I believe it's called Fire in my Storm. 24% blast radius on this one, going all the way to 9 meters, which is absolutely insane. The Lenz is one of the weapons that I really, really wished had 2 more mod slots. Full-fledged mod slot, not this bloody thing. Speaking about that bloody thing, is it worth unlocking the Weapon Exilus mod slot? Well, not really. No. Now you definitely can go with terminal velocity, which will make your life easier because of the 60% projectile flight speed. But in the case of the Lenz, where again with the explosion and everything, it doesn't really matter all that much. So if you want to save yourself 20 plat or simply not farm or waste an adapter on this one, hey, just skip it. It's fine. And speaking about just skipping, let's have a look at a standard build, shall we? And you got damage restoration, multi-shot with split chamber, critical chance, critical damage combo between point strike, vital sense, 290 mods in 2020. No freaking way, Laser. What the hell gives, man? Well, essentially, I got a 5% base status chance. So this is an opportune time to dust off those 90 mods, my friends. Hunter Munitions is here because it has to be here. 125% critical chance on the weapon with point strike alone, which is absolutely huge. Guaranteed crits on everything that comes out of the Lenz, plus a 25% chance of going to orange. And there's still one more mod slot left on the weapon. Oh yeah, terminal velocity is here for the sake of having something in a slot. You know how it is, you gotta have something in it. 9,445.7 damage. That is absolutely huge. 3.1k of that being corrosive damage. In the last slot, you have so many options. Yes, we'll try it with the 60/60 mods later as well. You have so many options. Heavy caliber. 50,000, over 15,000 damage. That is absolutely huge. Or perhaps you're the kind of individual that likes red crits. You want to have guaranteed orange crits on everything and then go to red crits. In that case, you go to Argon Scope. Was it? Hold on, was it? Oh wait, it's not red crits. Actually, adding Argon Scope to the weapon will add another 62.5, which would mean 187.5 critical chance. But if you want even more orange on your screen, you go with Argon Scope, which is absolutely insane. More options, multi-shot. Multi-shot is never bad. Let me tell you why that is, especially when you're dealing a weapon such as this one. Take a look at the multi-shot on the weapon. Without Vigilante Armaments 1.9, that means that per each and every single shot, I got a 90% chance at a second arrow, second explosion, all the works, or a 10% chance of getting a single one. You get how that one works. But if I go with Vigilante Armaments, 2 explosions guaranteed all the time, plus a 50% chance per shot at getting a third explosion. That's how multi-shot works in Warframe, my friends. So again, you got fantastic. And you know what? This weapon suffers from that stupid slow charge rate. So you can fix it with a little bit of fire rate. Speed trigger 90%, oh 60, well actually 120% in this case, going to 0.55, or you can go with vile acceleration, which is still my favorite in Warframe, with 90% times 2 and that minus 15% damage, which takes away 15% of your restoration or heavy caliber if you have it on the weapon. But would you take a look at the difference when in charge rate? Because I'm dealing with such high or low values depending on how you see it, so much fire rate or so little base charge rate, as a number, again, it's not gonna make a huge difference from 0.45 or 0.55. You know what? In this case, you might as well go with speed trigger and save yourself that 15% damage. And this is the initial build we're gonna be testing on. There's nothing expensive here. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. So it's a pretty new player-friendly build, if I do say so myself. Level 120 Corrupted Heavy Goons, as per usual, making sure I don't have corrosive projection or anything of the sort that would skew the test results. So let's see what the weapon can do to these high-level targets. I'm gonna do a single shot so you can see the damage. Kaboom, baby. Absolutely insane. Do you see the slashes? There's an 18,000 slash over there on the second target. Absolutely silly. And that's without a vital proc. With a vital proc, that probably been way over 20,000. The damage it deals is absolutely insane. And of course, in a normal mission, you're not gonna stop firing, right? You're just gonna keep on shooting, my friends, and absolutely annihilate whatever stands before you. And again, this being a high critical weapon, I would advise you go for a headshot. Out of ammo, not a problem. I'm gonna run all over this ammo, which will give me back some Lenz ammo. And that's pretty much what the weapon can do. 20,000 slash on that one because it was orange. Beautiful. The weapon is getting heavily mitigated. Of course it is by the armor on these Corrupted Heavy Goons, but it can deal some serious damage. Let's try it with a 60-60 mod. Again, we do have that Hunter munitions on there. You can renounce Hunter munitions and go for something like heavy caliber, right? Let's say you hate Hunter munitions for some reason, not because I would suggest you hate Hunter munitions. God, perish the thought of me suggesting hating anything, my friends. But let's say you're tired of it on every single primary and you just want to get the biggest wallop worth of damage that you can, over 15,000. We're gonna shoot like so. Beautiful. That took 90% off that Corrupted Heavy Goon with a single explosion. And the more it fans out, of course, the less damage we're gonna be dealing because we do have that 70% drop off. But if you want one-shots, believe it or not, you still gotta go with Hunter munitions and the 60-60 mods, even with a 5% base status chance. Allow me to show you how that one will work. Hey, I did everything to avoid it. Right, I did everything to avoid. You guys always say, Leyzar, the builds look the same. Well, mostly there are a few touch-ups here and there, but yeah, and you can blame DE for that one. I'm sorry. You just write vital over here. If you don't want to go mod by mod, it's very simple. Go Rhyme Rounds, Malignant Force. You can farm this one from Corrupted War in the Void, and this one from Spy Missions from the PC Trade Chat. 10 plat a piece. Honestly, it's not really all that expensive. And Super Cool Tenno offer these things for free. Be a Super Cool Tenno. To new players, I mean, of course. 60-60s with Mumu. 60, did I even Mumu? Do you even Mumu? I Mumu, you Mumu, we all Mumu. Yes, unfortunately, we all Mumu, my friends, on the same targets as before. And now it can one-shot more often, mathematically speaking, at least. Let's see. You got the slash on the target, you got the vital procs. Is that 17,000? Yes, there's a 17,000 slash on the target in the back, again, hitting the dirt from a single arrow. It really comes down to you on how you want to play the weapon. If you want my 2 cents on it, there are plenty of weapons in Warframe that use slash vital Hunter munitions. You can just go with this one for a big bada boom explosion. And that's just my 2 cents on the matter. Let's talk about Riven mods. That demonstration wasn't all that impressive from my point of view. There are other weapons in Warframe that can perform better. But if you take into account Riven disposition, and again, what I'm doing right now is going for the biggest wallop worth of damage that I can. This one is a loner from a friend and it's absolutely stupid. Take a look at this. Critical chance, multi-shot damage plus weapon recoil. Take a look at the damage on this one. 29,401. That is just sick. And now I can consistently one-shot without Hunter munitions. Lenz Riven in Warframe, they're not that expensive. I believe you can get unrolled ones for 50 plat. Take a look at what it can do. My friends, it absolutely annihilated the primary target, and that's without any sort of Warframe buffs. One thing that I should mention when using Argon Scope. If you're gonna go for Argon Scope, make sure you keep aiming when the explosion triggers. Otherwise, you're not gonna be getting extra crits. So bear that one in mind. this is the kind of build I would recommend simply because it's a lot more fun. Or at least, it's a lot more fun to me. Fun being subjective and all whatnot. And of course, my friends, still one more thing that we gotta do. Bump up everything with Lady Mirage Prime. Not with Harrow this time. No, my friends. Corrosive Projection is meta when it comes to heavily armored targets, and of course we're going to be going with Arcane Avenger and another 45% critical chance. This is a bonus additive after simply stacking on top of what you already have. As for another Arcane, we can go with Arcane Rage, or we can increase the fire rate of our primary weapon with Arcane Acceleration, my friends. Which one do you want to see? Let's go with the biggest wallop of damage. Just theoretically, in actual gameplay, you do need some fire rate on that bloody weapon. If it's through a mod or through an arcane or maybe through even a Warframe mobility like Harrows 2, you do need some fire rate to make the weapon a bit more usable. But if you want to see the biggest boom, you go with Rage. At the end of the day, I think that is what is cool behind this weapon. We're going to bump up the level to 150 and we're going to be unpausing them so they can hit me and I can get me glorious, glorious buffs. Activate 4 for Empower, 3 for an absolutely outstanding Eclipse buff, 4 again, and of course the ever so lovely clones. Of course, a single shot, my friends. We'll do one shot. Boom, baby, boom, and they're absolutely gone. Gone, my friend. Where's the rest? Actually, I got all of them, boys. I got all of them because that's how powerful this weapon can be in the hands of Lady Mirage Prime. One more time. Let's see if we can get him off guard or something. Well, are they dead? Hey, they're dead! Got a bit of a miscalculation there on the landing, but no issue whatsoever. One more time, just for kicks and lulz. You can spawn level 180 corrupted heavy goons or anything of the sort. The results will still be the same, my friends. Make sure you carpet bomb, of course, with Mirage. That is just hilarious. As for the Lenz, it's not one of the most powerful weapons in Warframe. I don't believe it was ever meant to be one of the most powerful weapons in Warframe, but it's hella good fun, and I believe that's what the Tenno appreciate about it. It's just simply a fantastic, fun weapon to use. And at the end of the day, that's what a video game was supposed to be about, right? As always, my name is Lazar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And if you got any sorts of feedback for me, by all means, drop it in the comment section down below. Also in the comment section down below if you guys want to suggest any particular type of content. But you can also find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. And if you love the content, hey, consider supporting us via Patreon. Until next time, my friends. Bye-bye.